Habari ma Africa, mimi ni King. Nina furaha kukutana na wewe. Asante kwa kutanzama King Said So. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. The old Julius Malema is back. No, he's back full swing now. I have told you guys that he does not care anymore. The old Julius Malema that everybody knows is back. This is the type of Julius Malema, when he speaks, is either you enjoy what he's saying or you are in pain. This Julius Malema, when he speaks, is either you disagree with what he's saying or you agree totally. There's no in between when Julius Malema is like this. This is the Julius Malema that EFF fighters have voted for, that EFF followers has been following over the last 11 years. This is the Julius Malema that we all know, that the media hate, that white monopoly capitalists fear. This Julius Malema is the Julius Malema, I'm telling you, that the EFF needs right now. Not that Julius Malema that was trying to manage this conflict in a way that he did not want to offend many people. This Julius Malema is holding no punches back. He's going after everyone. He spoke about Dr. Ndlozi. He talked about Floyd Shivambu, Jacob Zuma, Cyril Ramaphosa. He spoke about everything. And this is what we want. Today, we don't have any questions. After this presser, there is no questions, guys. And I'm going to break it down for you like nobody did before. Because this Julius Malema is the Julius Malema that I like. Let's talk about that and much more.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane Zinjiva Sono, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, we are going to the EFF for the presser that was held by the EFF to inform the media members and the public of South Africa what is going to happen in the NPA, National People's Assembly. So it is very interesting to see Julius Malema coming all guns blazing. I mean, you could just see his body language, his dilemma, his facial expression, his tone. Like this Julius Malema was not there to take any nonsense. In fact, he just said to Leon, listen, Leon, tell these people we are not here to make any statement. They must ask questions and we will reply, because he came prepared. Any question that you could have ever think of, they sat down as the EFF and prepared for it. They said, what if they ask about this? What if they ask about that? What are you going to say, President, when they say this? What are you going to say? All of them. That top six, when they were sitting there on top, they've discussed what the media is, what type of angle the media is going to take. There's some things that Mr. Malema said that I strongly agree with, and some that I'm like, Julius, CIC. So in this video, I'm breaking down 11 videos for you guys. 11 videos. The presser was long, very long. So, your boy took important topics, important subjects for me. If you want to watch the whole thing, you are most welcome to go to the EFF YouTube side or Facebook. You will get the information there. I told you, EFF, when it comes to media, they don't fail. When you want information about EFF events, you go online, you get the information. The first question, obviously, all media companies are going to ask is about Dr. Ndlozi. Is Dr. Ndlozi expelled? Is Dr. Ndlozi banned from attending the NPA? Is he going to stand for a position? What is going on? What is the status of Dr. Ndlozi according to the City Press and all of those newspapers that were making noise? And this is what the CIC said.
I don't know what you want me to answer on Ndlozi, because I never said anything about Ndlozi. So do not bring your Shebin gossip to me and want me to glorify some toilet discussion. I'm not part of that. EFF has never said anything. If we've got anything to tell you, we'll communicate it. So when you gossip at Kitcheners in Bramfontein, and then after gossiping at Kitcheners, you want us to be part of Kitcheners discussions, don't involve us in any of those things. We don't know what you're talking about.
I think this question was the perfect question to set the tone. Because Julius came as a fighter today. He came for combat, he came for contact, he came to shoot, to kill. That's what Julius came for today. And this question set the tone. You know, it's not here to discuss your toilet gossips there. Ooh. I'm not going to talk about Amasimba. That's what Julius said. Well, that's what I heard he said. Makakhuluma toilet and everything. Julius Malema does not want to give Dr. Ndlozi any light. Nothing. And we're going to speak about Dr. Ndlozi a little bit later in the video. But the way he answered this question, to me, he was saying, listen, I'm not in the mood for rubbish. Ask serious questions. Don't ask me anything that the EFF did not say. We did not say anything about Dr. Ndlozi. And for me, it sounded like he's saying, we don't care to say anything about Dr. Ndlozi. Oh, guys, Zabuya EFF. Guys, Zabuya EFF. The tone was set. Now, with him answering that question like that, we knew who died. Going forward, it's not going to be nice for the media. Or, well, it's going to be nice because they like controversy and they like Julius Malema when it's like this. And they had to ask him, people are saying you have a divisive leadership style. And Julius did not take kindly to that question.
My divisive leadership is what I've been accused of, dictatorship and all of that, since my time in the Youth League. And you still join a party of a person who is a dictator. Why did you join it in the first place? Just stay home. Why do you join decisive party? You came knowing that the president of the EFF is divisive. Why did you join? We made this call that people should join, and they did so voluntarily. You joined a party, you didn't know that the leader was divisive, and then you come here and say the leader is divisive. You joined voluntarily. If you are not happy with the leadership, the door is open. You can leave now. So we are not going to be made sheepish and undecisive because we want to please a non-existing narrative that we are divisive. How can you build such a big organization, not only in the country and in continental and in the diaspora, if you have a divisive leadership? Why would you bring so many people in the stadiums, pegging stadiums, successful events of the EFF, if you are divisive? Because the consequence of divisive leadership is that nothing succeeds out of divisive leadership. This organization is a success. It's the biggest organization that is black owned. It's owned by its own people, its own members. No any organization can claim that. It does not receive any sponsorship from white people. If anything, it is white people who want it to die.
Divisive. Divisive are there's many other leaders that we can say are divisive. We can say there's many, not Julius. And I'm not here to protect Julius or anything. But Julius for me is decisive, not divisive. Unless you tolerate or you tolerate. Julius is decisive. In fact, Julius' character has remained the same over the years. Okay, now he has matured, but the character has remained the same. And I will show you a little bit later in the video why I say Julius Malema's character has remained the same. He's decisive, man, not divisive. And you know, for me, I mean, he's been consistent, man. He's been consistent as a leader. People who are weak in character don't like decisive leaders. You know, they will say, no, this one does not take correction. They don't like a person who stands on his 2 feet on what he says. I know this one is a dictator. Julius, I said, Mina Vele, when I get into a place where it's do or die, and politics is do or die, I want a dictator there. How? I want a person, because I told you, South Africans, they can say whatever they want. Hey, we are following this philosophy. We understand the 7 characters. You are following Julius Malema, full stop. And you like the man because of the character he is. EFF fighters, they did not like the Julius Malema of the past 2 months. They was like, hey man, Julius, now man, let's fight, man. Because they understand and they know Julius Malema, the fighter. Not that one who was so fragile when Floyd Shivambu resigned. They did not enjoy that Julius. And after so many things unfolded that weakened the EFF, and he just came alive just now, last week, with Julius Malema. So for me, divisive, no. Decisive, yes. And I want a dictator. Mina ngifuna umuntu who dictates, because everything that goes wrong, we're going to blame Julius. Nobody's going to talk about the other leaders. So you have to dictate the current, or how you flow, how you ride the wave of the problem that come to your party. Because at the end, it's going to be Cyril Ramaphosa's ANC. It's going to be Jacob Zuma's MK party. It's going to be Julius Malema's. We will always speak about the leader first before before the party. So for me, I don't have a problem with a decisive leader who takes decisions boldly so. And another decision that I think they did not take boldly so is that decision of removing Floyd Shivambu from KwaZulu-Natal. The question was, did they hide it from the fighters when they were removing him? Exactly the reason why they were removing Floyd.
We have never hidden away the reasons why we removed the former deputy president from KZN and those that were deployed with him. We had a meeting of our owners, the EFF. We made assessment. An assessment we made out of our own now direct interaction with the ground in KZN and the complaints we have been receiving from KZN led to the removal of the former deputy president and others. You know, to show you that there was something wrong that the deputy president was doing with other colleagues in KZN. Everything that was reported to us was extremely perfect. So they mastered the mechanism to meet the requirements, even if those things do not exist. There was a point where we wanted people to the stadium, to Moses Mabhida Stadium. And the numbers we received were extremely more than the numbers we received for votes. And that on its own just told us there's something wrong here. And then we did not intervene after. We intervened before. Unfortunately, we were very late. And that's why after we intervened, the SG was able to pull a mother of all matches before the elections in eThekwini. Because that time we're now reclaiming our organization and trying to reposition it. Unfortunately, we're out of time and we had to go to the elections.
When we connect the dots looking backwards, we can now see that Floyd in the KwaZulu-Natal region, he was there to weaken the EFF. Julius is saying that even fraudulent reports to make everything look so nice, everything look so good. By that time already, Listen to me. By that time already, Floyd knew he was going to the MK political party. He was probably drinking tea at Nkandla left and right. He was probably drinking tea at Nkandla left and right. So for me, I remember very careful when they removed Floyd there, because I was one of those people that said, "Nah, man, the Zulu people are refusing to follow suit of Floyd, because the EFF was not clear as to the region. They said, no, man, it's a strategic decision that we are taking. We are putting Marshall there to Marshall because, he's from there. He will do good there and everything. And we are moving Floyd. I was like, man, something went wrong there. It was not clear. For me, it was not clear. Maybe for you, you knew back then. But for me, I got to know later, after the elections, what was the reason why they removed Floyd there. And now the CIC has made it even more clear to say the guy was playing games there. The guy was not doing good there. And remember, even with all that, because Floyd will come back and say, okay, I was not doing good, but we filled the stadium. Okay, it was maybe 95 capacity, but they filled the stadium. So expect that Floyd Shivambu is going to come out to defend himself when it comes to this statement by the CIC. Expect a reply from him. I'm waiting to hear what Floyd is going to do, because unfortunately, and your boy is not going to enjoy that. As a Pan-Africanist, I'm not going to enjoy the back and forth from the MK to the MK, EFF, MK. I'm not, as a Pan-Africanist, I'm not going to enjoy it. But there is a high level. What's that? There is a high level where I understand it. I understand it on a political level, why it is also necessary for this type of things to happen. The Bella Bill, Julius Malema said what I said here on this channel, and I said it when AfriForum and the Democratic were busy doing their rubbish. I said, but where are the people that are for the Bella Bill? I challenged Colin Malachi. I was like, Colin Malachi, you were marching to the JSE. Why are you not marching for the Bella Bill? And Julius Malema said, we spoke to Panyaza to say, Panyaza, organize a march. We will hold hands with you guys.
On Bella Bill Act, we spoke to Panyaza that we need a march of all those who support the Bella Bill. Because it looks like there's only one side that is being had, or impression is created that there is one side which actually has got monopoly over the Bella Bill. So we are not going to sit back. And the reason why I told Panyaza is because they are still the largest majority, and that march will have to happen in Gauteng. So we don't want to create a situation where the impression is created that ANC is going to join an EFF march, and you know them with their ego. They will have a problem. They will stay away. But we are prepared to hold hands with everyone who support that the president must sign the bill. I mean, the sections that he did not sign off the other day, we want them to be signed off, because that is at the center of the transformation of education. And anyone...
Because your boy is in the educational system also, or educational sector rather, with Paseta, I understand what is going on there clearly. I can see what AfriForum is trying to do, and I know what type of attacks Paseta will also get. I know everything that will be coming our direction as attacks in terms of gender, actually racial tensions in Paseta. I understand. I'm already prepared for that stuff. I'm very, very much prepared for that stuff. I've spoken to my team about what is going to happen when it comes to race in Paseta a long time ago. So my anger, I had anger when I said, listen, why are we allowing these people of AfriForum to dictate to us what is right or wrong? Why are we not marching? Because they said the march is the biggest march ever since 1994 that was organized by Afrikaners. And they said 10,000 people. I'm like, 10,000 people? 10,000, what is 10,000 people? 10,000 people is what we are asking for donations for Paseta. 10,000 people giving each 50 rand. I had to put that one in there. So I was like, organize black people, because it is your children that are affected. Organize black people and go and march and pressurize the president, Cyril Ramaphosa, to say, we hear what they are saying, but president, hear what we are saying. Understand? A child must not be stopped from entering and attending a school because of language barrier. That's all we are saying. That's all we are saying. And it's not even as deep as saying, no, they must be in the same class, English and Afrikaans. It's not even that. They must be in the same school. Whether that school is an Afrikaans medium school, it must make accommodation. It must accommodate the English speaking learners as well. And Afrikaner people don't want that. They are saying absolutely not. We want our children not to mix with these blackies. They don't want our children to play, because they don't trust their children, that they are children. Because children are children. Children, they start seeing our children as normal. But these people are normal. Yo, Kagiso is so good in rugby. This one is so good because they are afraid of competition. They are afraid of integration. They don't want any integration with our children. That is what is going on with the Afrikaner people. And they have clearly showed us that we hate you guys. We don't want our children to integrate with your children. The Julius Malema spoke about something that's very important. He says, if Jacob Zuma was the elderly citizen that he claims to be, the wise one, the chess master, he should have called me to say, hey man, I see that there's many fighters that are coming my direction. I am not inviting them by Azizela, like the MK party says. By Azizela. Julius Malema wanted some form of communication from Jacob Zuma. Was this correct?
MKP did reach out to us and all of that. They've never reached out to us. But the majority of President Zuma, if there is anything like that for him, given the relationship we have, when some prominent leaders of the EFF were going to MK, he had a responsibility to give us a courtesy call. If he's really an elder, if he's really matured, if he's really a statesman who's got this relationship with us, whereas we're trying to build a progressive caucus that will unite black people, he had a duty to say, hey man, there is this thing that is going to happen. You must know that I have nothing to do with it. I can't choose for members, which is right. He can't choose for people whether they want to come or they don't want to come. But that courteous call, which he often made to me when on other matters, on this matter, he never cared to make that call. And that makes the relations to be strained, by the way. Because when you think you've got this kind of relationship with someone and you get treated like you are nothing, you also start behaving like you are nothing to them. If you are nothing to them, they are nothing to you.
This part is a part where, if indeed Jacob Zuma is a chess player, he must note these type of things. He must note them, for the sake of African uniting in the future. He must notice. He must notice. Oh, this small boy Julius, he wants the satisfaction of me calling him. So I'm going to call him. If I'm Jacob Zuma, I'm calling him tomorrow and say, listen, I saw your statement that you made about me. Can we discuss it? I say, yeah, let's discuss. Because Julius is going to say, okay, no problem. Let's discuss it. And say, listen, let me acknowledge my wrong. This is chess playing for me. Let me acknowledge my wrong in what you say. I think you are right. Even though I don't think I am totally responsible for it, but I think you are right. I was supposed to call. I was supposed to call and tell you that, listen, I'm seeing some movement of your members coming to my party. But because they did things, you hear people saying, no, the MK has been approaching me for 6 months. 6 months. You were in the other party for 6 months. And today you have left those parties. You want to tell us the MK has approached you for 6 months. It's not wise what Abu Busisiwe Mkhwebane did, Abu Dalimpofu did, Abu Floyd, even that boy from TikTok with Daryl. It's not wise what they say, to say, no, it's been 6 months. Okay, Daryl does not come from a political party. But I'm just saying, Darren does not come from a political party. But I'm just saying, the politicians, they were not supposed to say that. They were supposed to say, listen, I decided about 2 days ago that I want to join the MK political party. Done. You block a lot of things, but because lezinto lezas badlanga la inhloko. Muthathe ngikrare no. The MK, I've been in talks with the MK for 6 months. Are you trying to make yourself look clever when you say that rubbish? You are banning the MK. You are making the MK look bad by saying the MK has been fishing for other party members for more than 6 months. I don't agree with it. So I'm saying, if the chess master is clever, for me, he will be able to read what Julius Malema is saying. Because with Julius Malema, you have to manage him. You have to manage his energy. You must not fight and push against it. Manage the energy. Okay, he wants this, and I'm willing to compromise here. Let me give him this. That's me. That's me as a small boy thinking, how these elders must do this. So next time you just call and say, hey, listen, I heard these talks about Dr. Ndlozi coming to my party. I'm just alerting you before you come out on mainstream media and say I did not alert you. So what the message will be then the next time Julius Malema has a presser, he will say, no, with Ndlozi I knew because Jacob Zuma called me. Even though we anticipated that Ndlozi was going to leave. But before he left, Jacob Zuma called me. I mean, that's just me thinking out loud. Julius has got a problem with leaders that remained silent when the EFF was attacked.
Our organization went through a particular period where all leaders had to come out and defend it, and you were not there. Why must I be there for you? Why should the organization be there for you when you were not there, when the organization needed you the most? And people go around here raising names of such people and they think we must still trust them too. Having known what these people have done to the organization. The organization gets insulted. The leadership gets insulted. In your name. People even threaten to disrupt EFF's conference in your name. You keep quiet and then you say, we must say loyal. What loyal? You will rather be alone, my brother. My sister, you will rather be alone than to force yourself in a relationship that is not working. I'm using relationship to simplify this disloyalty that we have experienced ourselves. And how do I come to know that this person has known, that one has known about Floyd going? They don't volunteer even after he left. They don't volunteer to come and tell me. They wait for me to come and ask them, did you know? Yes. For how long? For over 2 weeks now. Why did you keep quiet? I didn't see a need for me to tell you. That was a turning point for me with them. They must tell you what was their turning point with me. My turning point with them was when they kept the information away from me. An information that has got potential to destroy the organization, damage its beautiful reputation, and bring it into disrepute. They keep quiet. And then I must talk for them. I must defend them when they could not defend the organization. Hell no. They can go to hell. I'm not going to do that. even if that means we must lose vote. I'm not going to fight for votes by sitting with people who are disloyal.
To be frank, with that period when Floyd Shivambu left, many of the leaders were not vocal. We can count them. We can count how many. Yes, obviously this is a direct, excuse me, a direct attack on Ndlozi, because Julius said this maybe 4 or 5 times. The first time I remember when he said it, he said, some of you have got big Twitter accounts. You've got a big voice. You are popular, but you are not saying anything. Why are you silent? I remember when Julius said that. Julius was very heartbroken. And at that time, he was at his lowest. He wanted to see who in the EFF is going to protect this EFF. Who's going to defend this EFF? And when he looked at his trusted soldiers, he saw that, I think, Sebenza Namakwala. You know, and Ndlozi, they found themselves in that situation where I haven't heard Ndlozi speak about Floyd properly, but Floyd is saying, listen, this friendship I have with Ndlozi is over 20 years, and me and him, we are brothers. You understand? So I'm sure he was conflicted to say, what am I going to do? What am I going to say? Am I going to remain loyal to the party and break my friendship with Ndlozi is in a tight place right now. He's in a tight place, and I want to offer an advice for him, because I'm not sure if his exiting after the NPA is going to have any impact the way the enemy wanted. The enemy wanted Ndlozi to exit before the NPA. Maybe the enemy also wanted Ndlozi to stand and make commotion there and whatever. But I'm sure Julius Malema are clever enough to call Ndlozi in to say, listen, if any branch elects you, it's fine. They can elect you, but decline. You see, decline, and your decline will show your loyalty to us, and that it will show us that you acknowledge the mistakes that you have made, and your name has affected our party negatively. So, Ndlozi, think about your political career. Think about it, because there's no other place to go for you. You are not going to go to the ANC, obviously. It's only the MK where Ndlozi can go. That's the only place. So think about your political career properly. Your exit out of the EFF, if it is going to be there, because I love Dr. Mbuyisani Ndlozi. He's one of the politicians that I think brain-wise is the brilliant mind. Do not let your character, how do I say this? Don't let the brand Ndlozi take a lot of damage while living. Live, if you're going to live honorably. You understand? Because Floyd, nobody can trust Floyd really, because of the way he exited and the way he is singing when he's on the other side of the fence. You understand what I'm saying? Even the commanders there in the MK, they can say, no, we trust Floyd, that is our national coordinator, that is our SG, whatever. But in your mind, you know, in the back of the mind, if he could do this to Julius, who is Jacob Zuma, what is this guy capable of really? You want to exit, and people must speak about you like, Dalimpofu. Julius Malema said, Dalimpofu has been talking about this for months. He's the one that has been trying to organize this partnership between MK and EFF. You understand? So there's not a lot of dishonesty from Dalimpofu's side, even though he lied when on media saying, no, I'm shocked that Floyd is going and all of that. But I must make a separate video about Ndlozi. I hope he's not going to announce his retirement before the 13th of December. I hope he's not going to retire before that, or resign rather from the EFF before that. I want to make a video about him and the options that are on his table, according to me. Julius Malema is not a forgiving type. He's not. And this can work for his advantage and his disadvantage also. Not being able to forgive or not be able to leave the past in the past and always remembering what happened back then, it can work for your advantage and sometimes for your disadvantage. He spoke about when he left when he was expelled from the ANC. He remembers a video clip, apparently he tweeted it, I'll check for it if I can find it, where Abu Cyril, the top 6 of the ANC, Abu Jacob Zuma, they were laughing and having a good laugh that finally Julius Malema is expelled from the ANC. Really?
Right. My son, very liberal in his approach. Don't know that, wait. Let's give them chance. What. That's when I tweeted those things of Zuma, those old videos of Zuma. When we got expelled from the ANC, Zuma and the top 6 of the ANC laughing. I said, boys, if they can get you, they will have you for breakfast and laugh about it. You get an opportunity to get to them. You don't use it. These people who sat with Floyd and knew Floyd was going, they were at the center of that planning my downfall. Had they caught me, they would have finished me off. That's how politics work. If they catch you, they will finish you. You catch them, you play with an opportunity. Then you'll have yourself to blame. That's the problem because of this kind of business we're dealing with. Those are politics for you. I said, Ratanang, ask yourself a question. If they'd found me at my weakest, what would have happened to me? I know this because I'm from it. I'm from that. I know all of this that is prevailing. Where I get expelled, the people I grew up with, the people that I shared a meal with, the people that I didn't have to think twice about them. When I called them to come over so that we can form a political party, they didn't come. I slept with 10 friends before I was expelled. I woke up alone because they were never my friends. You are not going to ask me to travel that path again. I'm not going to do it. Never. I'm not going to do it. Not for anyone. I know what disloyalty means. And I can see one when it appears and I can touch it. They would have done that to me when I was young. Not now.
I think it's safe to say that that event of Julius Malema getting expelled from the ANC will haunt him till the day he dies. He will never forget it. If he still remembers vividly people laughing at him, it's like a person says, I remember you bullied me in grade 3, and that time you guys are 40-something years old. Like, I'm not in grade 3. For you as the bullier, you forget. The bully, you forget. Ne? But the one who's bullied, the trauma that remained with him affects him for the rest of his life. And Julius is saying, listen, I remember what these people do. He's telling his son, he says, these people get you at your weak point. They will eat you for breakfast and laugh. They will finish you. And that is why I maintained to say, that is why Julius Malema thinks that Jacob Zuma did not forgive him and the EFF for what they did at that Zuma Must Fall campaign when they teamed up with the ANC, the Democratic Alliance, the IFP, all of these parties that teamed together, pastors, religious people, everybody. The EFF was in the forefront of that Zuma Must Fall campaign. And Julius Malema, because of his character, he thinks Jacob Zuma also probably has not forgiven. You guys can correct me on the comment section. But I'm saying, Sometimes that holds you from advancing as a person on a personal level. It advances you. It's like when something happens in a relationship, because Julius was making a lot of relationship examples. I'm going to make one also. If in the previous relationship there was issue with cell phones, someone checking someone's cell phone or pin numbers and everything like that, and that cell phone issue is the reason why you guys break up. If you carry that trauma to the next relationship, there's going to be trust issues because of cell phones. You might find your next partner, it does not even have a situation with any problem with cell phones. So, you want my phone? Here's my phone. And because of the trauma that you have, you guys understand what I'm trying to say. But anyway, let me leave that one there. But it was quite alarming for me to hear him say, back in the days, I remember they were laughing. Remember how long that was ago? He still remembers it. So he has not forgiven, actually, what those leaders did to him. That's according to me. You guys will tell me on the comment section. He also addressed this issue of Floyd Shivambu saying, listen, Julius Malema is not a brother of mine.
Be out of their own judgment. He says, I'm not his brother. But I regarded him as my brother. If he doesn't feel the same about me, it's his own problem. So I did everything for him as a brother. I did. And I must be challenged one day and be pushed. I will talk. Don't push me.
You guys can remember when Julius went to Clement Manyatela, my homeboy from Mpumalanga, Kwandrebele, and he said, listen, my relationship with Floyd was strictly political. We met in the political space. We never met at the church or whatever. I said Julius Malema is lying. Julius Malema was a friend of Floyd Shivambu. Floyd Shivambu himself is lying only to himself, because these guys were actually brothers. They were actually brothers. There's no way you can be with someone that long as men, especially men. The bond of men sticks like super glue. And it took a lot for that bond to break. And they started by denying it, to say, we are not friends. And Julia said, we were not brothers. And Floyd said, no, me and that guy, no, we were not brothers, and all of those things. They were lying. And I'm happy that Julius is coming back to say, listen, I took him as a brother. Maybe he did not take me as a brother, but I took him as a brother. And that happens in many relationships, many friendships, where the one party is so serious about the other party, but the other party is living their lives. They don't consider you. I saw that with myself when was it? February, I bought a new phone. And my contacts refused to transfer to my new phone. Understand? Because it was from Samsung to another brand. So the transferring of contacts and whatever. So I was like, Ahmed, let me just leave this thing of the contacts that don't want to come. The people that have my numbers, surely they're going to call me, and I'm going to save their numbers when they call me. Months passed. And I was like, oh, kantang nabangani la. I'm like, almost 4 months. This guy has not WhatsApped me, has not called me. And Mina, I know I don't have the numbers, because Mina, I'm a friend that calls. I will call you. Shem, Mina, I don't have airtime problems, so I call friends. But you quickly realize that you are the only one that's calling. You see, I don't even know why I was making that point. Oh, I was making it on the brother issue. So yeah, you find yourself being a friend to a person, and the other person is just not there. And this might be my favorite comment of the CIC from this whole thing. He spoke about Chidima.
This lady of a beauty contest, Miss South Africa, Chidima, Twitter, hey, Chidima, hey, we supported Chidima. We still do. Why? He's a black person. You don't say support black people and a black person gets attacked in the manner they did. And you keep quiet and then come and preach black unity. Where a black person is attacked, you must first defend and ask after what happened. But the mother defrauded the papers already. Where now you are mother man. Ish, go and fix that thing. You don't. Hey. We don't know what were the reasons those people did what they did. We've never dared to ask. But we equally don't know, for such a long time, why are we hearing about Chidima today when she's about to become Miss South Africa against white contestants? Twitter was against us, by the way. Even noticeable faces of EFF were against us. We stood firm. Because we don't care what the trends are saying. Always stand on the side of the truth. Always. And the truth is, black people are hated everywhere. And we will fight for them. We are going to fight for black people who are also fighting us for fighting for them. Won't stop. Because
many YouTubers started swinging and going with South Africans to attack Chidima. I think it was only myself and Decent Q that stood and supported Chidima throughout this whole thing. To say, this African child did nothing wrong. You want to attack anyone if there is a crime, because I don't believe what the Home Affairs are saying. It's Chidima's mother. But the child has done nothing wrong. And I said, you guys, if you were acting in principle, you would have also attacked your colonizers' children, because your colonizers stole the land from you. Your colonizers stole the minerals from you, but you are living with the descendants of those colonizers generations after, and you've got no problem with them. But you had a problem with Chidima. I said, black people, stop it. I was attacked. Yeah, you and your Julius Malema with open borders and all of. I was attacked with the Chidima issue. Black people saying, see again, who are we as South Africans? You showed South Africans that you are weak in character. That's what I said. If you want to fight people, yes, fight Chidima, no problem, but fight your colonizers also. About 20-something children have passed away from this spaza shop nightmare, because it is a nightmare really. But if you look at the death of black people in farms in the past 24 months, tell me what is the number. And tell me, where is your energy? Where is your energy? The same energy that you have. Where is that energy when it comes to land and farming? Natula. Nobody wants to debate that. Mabahambe. You are staying with your colonizers. You are saying, you don't say Mabahambe to them. You are staying peacefully with your colonizers. Peaceful with the people that took your land. Peaceful with the people that took your mines. They still own the mines till today. They are even the richest people in Africa till today. But you are not saying Mabahambe. You said Mabahambe to Chidima. She went there and shined. Miss South Africa win. Even there, in Mexico, she experienced racism. She came out as a runner-up, and you know that Chidima was supposed to win that competition. But today you want to tell me, hey, no, let's put South Africa first. Put South Africa first at all time. Don't choose to victimize a black child. Never do that. And I will never support that rubbish. Never. Like Julius Malema says, black people are hated and attacked everywhere. I'm not going to add in the fight of black people. Never. Never. You put a Pakistani shop here and a Zimbabwean shop there. Shop owner, tuck shops. And you say, King, which one must close? I will protect my Zimbabwean brother with everything I have. That's what I'm saying. And I don't change there. If you've been watching my channel, you know I don't change there. I voted for Chidima. But anyway, Julius Malema, yo, icon nyasha lava fetu yashisa. Yo. Julius Malema says Ipsos says that the brand of the EFF has grown now beyond the brand of Julius Malema. Oh.
What makes me happy is that the EFF has grown as a brand beyond Julius Malema. And Ipsos has presented that research to the EFF. It's not me. Ipsos came and said the EFF brand has surpassed the brand Malema. Will the EFF live without you? No. This EFF, I'm going to be part of it until it will never have a day without Malema EFF. Will it live without you as a president? Yes. But I'm not leaving EFF for anything. So there will never be EFF without Malema. And you know what is worse about Malema? Is that Malema is a founding president of the EFF. So there is no way you can do away with him. He's not some president who came in the middle of the existence of it. He founded it. That's why I can leave. And you know the good thing to leave when it's still nice is that those who come after you will still come and consult you, will still invite you to events. There will not be hostility. I'm going to leave the EFF chamber. I've set boundaries for myself. I know when. For now, you're still going to have to keep up with me. I'm here. The whole of this agenda that is being pushed is to get me to be demoralized. Whether we are turned out corner, and I'm not like Buteles. I work according to plan. You are not going to remove me through a coffin. Angiphume ngebhokisi. Ngizophuma ngihamba. Ngisambela mna ngiyefarming. Ngiyolima. Umalema ayolima. So lesatloba le problem. Inongo khotelela. 43 years old now. Very young. You can see the body is of a 33-year-old. You can see the skin is glowing. No problems. We're cruising nicely. Izinto zakhona siyahamba baba. We're happy in the EFF, and that's what it's going to be.
Okay, I don't care about what Ipsos said. The brand of the EFF currently is not bigger than the brand of Julius Malema. Never. Not now, not in 5 years. Well, we'll see in 5 years what will happen. But right now, Julius Malema, after Jacob Zuma, is the most famous politicians. And those two entities are bigger than their political parties. They are bigger. That's why you see people, they say, will they be an MK after Jacob Zuma? Will they be an EFF after Julius Malema? I don't think so. They can try and exist. But they will not last. They will not be as effective. They will not. That's why I said, let Julius Malema become the president of the EFF up until he sees that enough is enough. For me. And the bone I have to pick with these leaders is that they don't build their 2ICs properly. They don't build the mini Julius Malema. Once they see a mini Julius Malema, they get threatened with them. They get threatened, they expel them, they chase them away, they block them, they do whatever. No, but Nelson Mandela never built a little, or the next Nelson Mandela. Never had a Nelson Mandela training school, training college, political school to train people to say, this is the Mandela philosophy that we're going to study. Like you studying Marxism and all of those things. Thabo Mbeki, who did Thabo Mbeki build up? Who did Jacob Zuma build up? who is Cyril Ramaphosa? Well, Cyril Ramaphosa is doing a great job with Fikile Mbalula. So yeah, maybe Fikile will be the only one. But all the others, Vuyo Zongula, who's coming after him? Mpoda Gada, who's coming after him? You understand? Buthelezi, who came after him? Begale Totile Sitola Yolape IFP Manj. What other example can we make? Helen Zil, who is the female version of Helen Zil after her? Who is the resurrection of Mama Winnie Madikizela? You know, I don't see anyone. That's why I say that those individuals are bigger than the parties. The parties, yes, will exist after them, yes, but they won't be the same. The Communist Party was never the same after Chris Hani. Never the same. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, I don't believe that poll that says that Julius Malema his name or brand is smaller than the EFF. You can believe that. You can go on the comment section. I'm sure fighters would say, "I king. The EFF is bigger than Julius." That's costly, Sasha. But anyway, it's positive both sides. Whether the other one is bigger and the other one is not. You know, they say, Julius, you said these people that are going to leave the EFF sing so well. Who are those people who left the EFF that sing so well? And Julius, yeah, you were answering Amasimba.
Floyd is a very great singer, by the way. You must play videos of Floyd singing. He used to like that song of saying that we don't doubt ourselves. Igama lama kusikazi EFF Shumeriwa. I used to sing that in Tsonga. And Asnoval. What? Not Asnoval. Lento Zayo. What is the... Yeah, he used to sing that song. Batulane J used to sing that. Floyd used to sing. Oh, what a great singer we lost. So that's answering your question, which great singer left. And even Dali sings, by the way. Yeah, but even Dali sings. Yeah, even Dali sings. And all of us sings, by the way. I also sing. I'm a very good singer. So you must never give that trophy to some individual and take away our revolutionary responsibility that we exercise with pride of singing revolutionary songs. Because there were no idols held here in the EFF, and they said so and so won an idol. There's no one. Yeah, we're all great singers.
This answer for me to say Floyd can sing, Limpofu can sing, and all the other fighters can sing, whatever. Julius does not want Ndlozi anymore. There's nobody that sings like Ndlozi. Can we stop playing games? And he knows that the media know, and he knows that they know. He knows that he knows that they know. You understand what I'm saying? So some tolerate available, but bazazizwa laba slow bazomthola later, because the EFF is going to deal with Ndlozi, and looks like they're going to control the narrative all the way. They're going to make him feel the heat in the kitchen and exit himself. They're not going to expel him like the media wants. They're not going to fight with him in public. They're not going to tweet about him. They're not going to say statements that attack Ndlozi. They're going to keep quiet, but in the background, they're going to deal with Ndlozi. Unfortunately, that is what I'm seeing happening here. So the last video I want to play is that the party losing members is not nice for the party losing members, but the party has to go through this test, and they have to emerge stronger to show that the material of the EFF is indeed strong.
Because we don't enjoy blocking any media from any event of the EFF. It's not what we exist for. The ENCA will tell you in their own right and interview that those who left made it very difficult for them to reach out because they were going through them and all manner of things. But we finally met, and a decision will be communicated because we want everybody here. We can't say Daily Maverick is a media because it's not a media. That's pure gangsterism. Someone uses it from their own dining room to drive a certain narrative. It's not a media house at all. It's like saying EFF podcast is a media house. It's not a media house. It's pushing EFF propaganda pure. But we don't do it pretending that it's a media house. It has been a very fruitful, exciting 5 years. But this year has been a very painful year. With the election outcome and with the recent developments, we didn't close it with a bang. To lose members is not an easy thing. Even if it's one member, it's a painful experience. But we are born to do this thing. We are born to lead society. And we can't be crybabies. You know, I was brought up by a grandmother. I've never seen my grandmother cry, not once. Whether a person dies, whether there's a bad thing happening, she's the one who was communicating bad decisions. Only saw her cry for the first time when they announced the death of my mother. And I always asked myself, why is this old woman not crying? Like, we'll be crying and announce so and so passed away. And then everybody will cry and all of that. She never cried. Why? She was a leader. She knew the day I cry, these people are going to collapse. I'm leading these people. We cannot be crybabies as leaders. We are hurt, but we are not crybabies. The more victories are still to come. And we'll celebrate more victories of this organization. Out of difficult period, a new thing and beautiful thing will be born. We have to go through this test to demonstrate if we are here to stay or not. It's a necessary test which we have to pass with flying colors. Thank you very much.
My character comes out properly during conflict. At work, in my businesses, in Paseta, everything. During conflict, that's where you will see the quality of who I am. Family gatherings, like when family problems, and we have to sit down, we have to talk. During elders, I sit down and I address issues the way. I'm not shy to say no, but when not a fun problem. Not a fun problem. And Baba Tabo Wota, I'm like, when they tell me things, when my mother says something about my little sister, I say, yeah. Let's say my sister is in the house. You say, yeah, and your sister. I say, why you sheba? Why you sheba? You are that person's parent. You can't sheba here in your house. Call that person. Call that person in this room right now. And I'm talking, my volume is up that time. So the EFF, I have to go through this test to show us that they're going to survive for the next whatever billion years that they are coming. Because for me, there can't be anything more worse than what is happening now. Because this bunch that is left, Umomente, Ompile, Marshall, looks like they are loyal to the EFF. Looks like they are not going anywhere. The EFF has survived the greatest storm, the greatest tsunami. The sun is rising now. Are they going to emerge stronger or going to emerge wounded? That's the question that everybody wants to ask. So this is my breakdown of the presser of the president of the EFF, the CIC, Julius Malema. Guys, I wanted to do more, but you guys go and watch the whole thing. What I want to say is that I will always forever be grateful for everyone that is supporting the Pan-African School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture. And, with our fundraising and our launch on April 2025, I can't wait to accommodate and host you guys here in Kimberley. I'm so happy that we are making progress, guys. Next year, the building of the classrooms and everything is going to start, and I am so happy that you guys will be seeing where your money is going. So for everybody that has contributed to PASETA, the Pan-African School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture, because you want to see a difference in the educational system, you as African people want to see what can happen actually if black people just come together and take out 50 rand each. What can happen? If you want to see that happen, you're going to send a contribution to PASETA. You're going to send us a Christmas contribution to PASETA, and we are going to use your money to build an Africanized school, a Pan-African school that is there to bring back the dignity to black people. Siyanyatsiwa. As abantu abamnyama, siyanyatsiwa. Serious. So enough is enough. We're going to show them that we can unite and we can build schools. It's not going to be the only school. I'm sure the EFF is going to build the school. The other one is going to... I'm sure many people are going to build this school. But PASETA will be that standard. That standard that everybody speaks about in Africa. I'm telling you. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for contributing there. Let's meet again. Don't forget to visit our website, www.paseta.co.za, and don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed the content. If you are new here, where do you come from? This is home, Baba. This is home. Click the subscribe button. Leave your thoughts on the comment section. Just smash that bell icon. So until we meet again, don't forget to pray. But after you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.